I think before I started volunteering I was in like quite a dark place.
A lack of self-confidence.
Like a bit lonely, like I felt like people didn't understand.
Quite a tough time in terms of actually what do I want to do with my life.
I was uncomfortable around large groups of people.
Like quite isolated.
It meant that I didn't really get out that much, so that obviously impacted, making me like adding to my depression.
I was feeling quite negative about everything, probably a bit like helpless, like things weren't going to get better.
I'd have thought, yeah, that would be something I'd really love to do, but I don't know if I could.
I think I really worried about like letting people down. I thought I'm not going to be able to do this.
I was quite shy around people at first.
Before I volunteered I thought I'd be too nervous and that I'd do something wrong and that like, I wouldn't fit in kind of thing, like, I wouldn't know what I was doing.
I got to a place where I just thought like I need to start doing something, like just baby steps to get out there, because if I don't do it, the fear's just going to keep being there.
I was determined to do something positive and to give something back. After having been quite open about my difficulties and struggles, was quite scary to begin with. But then obviously after asking questions, having conversations, it felt more natural for me to get involved at that point.
I started volunteering when I came back from university. So about 5 years ago. Tonight's great, we're going to talk about increasing self-esteem. But in that time I've sort of dipped in and out of volunteering, depending on how I've been struggling myself. I definitely feel when I do volunteer, when I'm well enough, it definitely aids my recovery.
I didn't realise there were opportunities for befriending without having to commit to something weekly where I had to come in. That I could do something sort of from home and in my own time. I've been volunteering for nearly 2.5 years now at First Steps as an online befriender.
I felt like First Steps helped me and my family, so I wanted to like give something back. If there's someone new in the group who's quite nervous, I'll go and sit with them and make sure they're okay and just like talk to them about anything like not to do with their eating disorder, because it's not all just about that, and like get to know them as a person. And also like now I've decided that I want to work with eating disorders when I've done my degree, so it helps me get experience.
So how do you feel that your volunteering role impacts on the eating disorder community?
From my experience of talking with service users is like people say they feel a lot more understood when they've spoken to somebody that's been through it themselves.
Your eating disorder might tell you to do is be separate from your friends, eat away from them, things like that will naturally isolate you, unless if you've got a bunch of people that might go through similar things, they're able to share ideas about recovery or actually just breaking down that isolation and that stigma.
It creates like its own community of like volunteers.
I'm quite honest when I'm talking to service users, and I'll say like, you know, I'm still struggling with different things, and you know, help them feel that recovery, you are allowed to have wobbles and that's okay, and it's going to take time.
Specifically as an online befriender, I think it impacts individuals at home who wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable actually coming into First Steps.
How do you feel that volunteering has benefited you in your own personal recovery and your own journey?
You're feeling less isolated because you feel a part of something.
A massive sort of growth in confidence, being able to talk to people and support someone.
It's helped with my concentration because I was really struggling with that. Just actually coming into the office once a week or every other week it's almost given my week a focus and something positive to look forward to that's not my own eating disorder.
You're talking to them, giving them advice, and then thinking, I need to apply this to myself as well.
So how has volunteering impacted your career or your jobs?
Well, I'm doing mental health nursing at uni, so it's definitely helped me with like my career choice, because I've been able to like apply what I've learned in volunteering when I'm on a ward with patients, like being empathetic and understanding.
That through volunteering I was able to transition to now being a member of staff with First Steps, and again I'm using everything that I've learned over the past 8 years.
When I'm on a ward, if it's like a mixed ward with different disorders, if there's someone with an eating disorder, I've actually been able to like talk to nurses who don't really have experience. So,
considering what we've all just discussed, what might you tell others who are interested in volunteering?
Volunteering at First Steps has helped me turn the shame and secrecy and isolation of having an eating disorder into now I'm quite confident talking about my eating disorder because I'm proud of the work I do here and of being part of this organisation.
Everyone's really supportive and it will make you more confident in the long run.
I can get well and I can help others as well.
Get in touch, get involved, give it a go. Other than the time you're going to give up, it's only ever going to make you richer.
I get loads from it. I get lots of sort of self-satisfaction and confidence from doing it.
If it is something that you're genuinely passionate about and you're passionate about helping others, definitely get involved.